Hello everyone, I am Divya, your math facilitator. In this session, we shall discuss the solutions of exercise 1.1 of our first chapter of class 10. We have discussed very clearly the concepts of this chapter in the earlier video. If you have not watched that video, then I suggest you to watch that video first, because knowing the concepts will help you to solve the problems very quickly. Okay, so let's get started. The first question is, use Euclid's algorithm to find the HCF of the following numbers. Okay, so first question is 900. The given numbers are 900 and 270. Okay, so using Euclid's division algorithm, you have to find the HCF of these numbers. Okay, so firstly, let us quickly revise what is Euclid's division algorithm. Suppose you have two numbers. Okay, suppose you have two numbers like say 15. Okay, you have to divide 15 by 5. If you want to divide 15 by 5, so how will you do that? 15 divided by 5. So you know 15 3 times gives you 15, so the remainder is 0. Okay, suppose if I have another number 14 and if I want to divide it by 5. So what happens? 14 divided by 5 gives you 14, 5 2s are 10. Okay, and the remainder is 4. Okay, suppose if I have a number 12, if I want to divide it by 5. Okay, so that means 12 divided by 5. 5 2s are 10. Remainder is 2. Okay, so in each case you can see that now 15 I have divided it by 5, and this 15 I can write it as 15 is equal to, 15 is nothing but the dividend, this is divisor, this is quotient, this is remainder, right? So this is dividend, this is divisor, this is quotient, this is remainder, right? So this divisor, let me represent it as B. This dividend, let me represent it as A. Okay, so in every case, let us see how can we write. So 15 is equal to, you can write 5 3s are 15. Okay, and remainder is 0. Okay, this is what you have learnt in your lower classes. Now this 14 you can write it as 5 multiplied by 2. 2 is the quotient, plus the remainder you got as 4. Okay, 5 multiplied 2 times gives you 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. Okay, now this 12 you can write it as 12 is equal to 5 multiplied by 2 times plus what is the remainder? 2. Okay, 5 multiplied 2 times gives you 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. Okay, in every case you are able to write it as, now if you take the dividend as A is equal to, now this is B, quotient is Q, plus remainder is R. Okay, here also you can see if this is A, B, Q, R. You wrote A is equal to BQ plus R. Okay, here also you can see if this is A, this is B, this is quotient, remainder. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. This is what you have learnt in your earlier classes, and the same concept very clearly with lot of examples we have discussed in the concept video, right? So now this is nothing but Euclid's division algorithm. Okay, so A is equal to BQ plus R is nothing but Euclid's division algorithm. So he stated that if A and B are any two positive integers, okay, they are positive integers, then A can be written in this form, A equal to BQ plus R. Okay, and now what is R? R is the remainder. Okay, now here you can see, now in this case you got R as 0, in this case you got R as 4, in this case you got R as 2. Okay, but in every case I have taken the divisor as 5. Okay, the value of B is 5 in all the cases. Okay, okay, this is B. Right, so this divisor is B we have taken, and dividend is A. Okay, so divisor is 5 in all the cases. So you can see that the remainder is always less than 5. Okay, the remainder is a value from 0 to less than 5. Okay, it stopped till 4. You cannot get the remainder as 5. When you divide a number by 5, you cannot get the remainder also as 5. Right, it will stop at 4. Okay, it can be either 0 or a number less than 5, right? The same condition we have discussed, that the remainder can be 0 or it can be greater than 0, but it is always less than the divisor. Divisor you are representing it as B. Okay, so the same thing. So this is nothing but Euclid's division algorithm. Okay, and we have learned that Euclid's division algorithm is used to find the HCF of numbers. Okay, so let us use the same algorithm here to find the HCF. Okay, so I hope this is clear for you. Very quickly we revise Euclid's division algorithm along with the concept. Okay, now what shall we do? How shall we proceed? Now when two numbers are given to you and you have to find the HCF using Euclid's division algorithm, you will choose the bigger number. Okay, now out of these two numbers, which is bigger? 900 is the bigger number, so you will choose 900 as A. Okay, and the other number you will take it as B. Okay, now let us write, let A is equal to 900 and B equal to 270. Okay, now what is Euclid's division algorithm? A is equal to BQ plus R. You can write any number A, any positive integer A as BQ plus R. So let us write it here. So A is nothing but 900. You can write it as BQ plus R. Okay, let me write it here. So A you can write it as BQ plus R. Now you know what is A, you know what is B, but you don't know what is Q and R. Now how will you find? Simple division. Okay, so you will divide 900 by 270. Okay, dividing 900 by 270, you will find the quotient and remainder. That is nothing but your Q and R. Clear? So here also you can see 900 is A, this is B. Okay, you will get Q here and here you will get R. Okay, so let us write. Now you know that 270 multiplied 2 times gives you what? 27 2s are 54. So 270 multiplied 2 times gives you 540. Okay, now 270 multiplied 3 times, which means 540 plus 270. Okay, so it gives you 810. Okay, that means 270 multiplied 3 times gives you what? 810. Okay, 900 minus 810 gives the remainder 90. Clear? So this is quotient, this is remainder. Okay, so in the place of Q, what will you write? You will write 3. Okay, the quotient you got 3. Plus remainder is what? Remainder is 90. Okay, so you will divide it and you will write this in the form of Euclid's division algorithm. Clear? Now what is the next step? In the next step, you will take this particular thing as A and this as B. Okay, initially you have taken 900 as A and 270 as B. Now after writing this in Euclid's division algorithm, whatever divisor you will have, now here this is B, 270 is B, right? Now in the next step you will take 270 as A. Okay, and this remainder what you got, you will take it as B. Clear? Listen carefully. So this 270 you will take it as A. Okay, is equal to what is B? B is nothing but here in this case it is 90. Okay, you don't know what is Q and R. How will you do? You will simply divide. So 90, you will divide 270 by 90. Okay, 9 3s are 27. That means 90 3s are 270. Are you getting it? So calculations also you should be able to do it in your mind. Okay, simple calculations. 9 3s are 27. So what is 90 3s are? 90 3s are 270. Clear? So remainder you got it as 0. So this is remainder, this is quotient. Okay, so quotient is 3 plus, now what is the remainder? 0. Okay, so whenever you get the remainder as 0, you will stop the process. Clear? Whenever you get the remainder as 0, you will stop the process. Okay, and you compare this with the Euclid's division algorithm. So this is A is equal to BQ plus R. Right? When you get the R value, the remainder as 0, you will stop the process and whatever you have in this place, in the place of B, this will be your HCF. Are you getting my point? Okay, so whenever the remainder is 0, you will stop the process and whatever you have in the place of B, this will be your HCF. Clear? So what is the HCF in this case? HCF of 900 and 270 is nothing but, what did you get? It is 90. Clear? Let us do one more problem. It will be very simple. So the next question is 196 and 38,220. Okay, so which is the bigger number? This is bigger, so you will take the bigger number as A. Okay, so A is 38,220 and what is B? The remaining number 196 is B. Okay, so let us write it in Euclid's division algorithm. What is it? A is equal to BQ plus R. Okay, so what is A here? A is 38,220 is equal to, what is B? B is 196. Do you know what is quotient and remainder? No. What should you do? You have to divide. Okay, so let us divide 38,220 divided by 196. Okay, so 196 multiplied 2 times, let us check. Okay, so it is nothing but 12, 19, 392, but you have 382. Okay, so 392 is bigger than 382, so you will take 196 ones are. So 196 ones are 196. Okay, so subtracting, what do you have? So here it is 7, so 6, 8, 1. Okay, 186. Let us bring this 2 down. Okay, so 1862 is closer to 196 multiplied 10 times. Okay, so just see 196, if you multiply it by 10 times, what will you get? You will get 1960. Okay, so this number is closer to this but lesser than this number. That means if you take 196 9 times, I hope you will get the answer. Okay, so this is how you should do. You should not start multiplying 196 ones are, 196 twos are, threes are. So you have to just use your brain a little and try to find some pattern. Okay, so here you can see 1862 is little close to 196 tens are. Okay, so you will try to find out what is 196 multiplied 9 times. Okay, so 196 multiplied by 9 gives you, so this is 54. Okay, 81 plus 5 is 86 and this is 76. Okay, you got 1764. So 196 multiplied 9 times gives you 1764. Clear? Now again subtracting, what do you have? So this is 8. So this is 9. 9, 8, and let us bring the 0 down. Okay, so you have 980. Okay, so when will you have 0 in the units place? When you have 6 5s, you will have 30. Okay, that means you will have 0. Otherwise, when you multiply it by 10, you will have 0. Okay, only 2 options you have. When you have 5 multiplied by 5, you will have 0, or else when you multiply by 10, you will have 0. So let us check this first. Multiplication by 5. Okay, so it is 5 6 30. This is 45 plus 3 is 48 and this is 9. Okay, so you got 196 multiplied by 5 times gives you 980 and the remainder itself is 0. Okay, here in single step you got the remainder as 0. Clear? So what is the quotient? So here you got the quotient as 195, remainder as 0. Let us write it here. So quotient is 195 plus remainder is 0. Now I told you whenever you get the remainder as 0, you will just stop the process. And whatever B value you have here, that will be the HCF, right? So here in a single step you got it, right? So what is the HCF? So HCF of 196 and 38,220 is nothing but 196. Clear? Let us move on to the next one now. So the next question is 1651 and 2032. Now which is bigger? 2032 is bigger. So you will take this as A and this as B. Okay, so let A is equal to 2032 and B equal to 1651. Okay, so let us write it in the form of Euclid's division algorithm. A is equal to BQ plus R. So what is A? A is 2032. B is 1651. Now what is Q? What is remainder? You don't know. You have to divide it. Okay, so 2032 divided by 1651. So you can see only one time it will go. So ones are 1651. So subtracting. So 2 minus 1 1. So here you have to borrow. Okay, so this is 8. This is 3. Okay, so quotient is 1. Remainder is 381. So quotient is 1 plus remainder is 381. Okay, now in the next step you will take this as A and this as B. Okay, so whatever B value you have, that you will take it as A, and whatever remainder you have, you will take it as B. Okay, now I will make it even simple for you. After equal to sign, whatever number you find, you will take it as A. When R is not 0, okay, you will take this as A, and now R is not 0, you have some value, so this you will take it as B. Getting my point? So after equal to sign, whatever number you will have, you will take it as A. Okay, and now this is remainder. This remainder you will take it as B. If the remainder is 0, you will stop the process. But if the remainder is not equal to 0, you will take this remainder as B. Okay, so now let us do it here. So A is 1651 is equal to, now what is B? B is 381. Do you know quotient and remainder? No, you have to divide again. So 1651 divided by 381. Okay, so let us try here. 381, say 3 times, let us try. It is 3, 24, 1043. Okay, so that means you can try for 5. Okay, 5 is a 40, this is 19, 1095, so it will be 4. So let us take 4s. So 381 4s will give you 4. 8 4s are 32, and 12 plus 3 is 15. Okay, so this is 4s are 1 5 2 4. Okay, so subtracting, so this is 4, this is 7 2 1, so 127. So this is the quotient, this is the remainder. Okay, so 381 into 4 plus remainder is 127. Okay, so now this quotient will be A and this will be B. Okay, so the easier method is after equality sign, whatever you have, it will be A. Okay, and unless and until this R equal to, this remainder is 0, this remainder will be B. Okay, this remainder, if it is not 0, then in the next step it will be B. If the remainder is 0, you are just stopping the problem, right? So after equality sign, the first number will be A, okay, and the last number is B. Okay, so first number is A, last number is B. Clear? So now what is A? It is 381 equal to, now B is 127. Okay, so let us divide now for quotient and remainder. So 381 divided by 127. Okay, now let us see. 127 3s are, because I have 1 in the units place, I know 7 3s are 21. Okay, here there also I'll get 1 in the units place, so I am directly trying 3s are. Understood why? So this is 1 2, this is 8, this is 381. Did you get? So I did not take 127 2s or 127 3s. Simply I have just seen the units place. Okay, it will save time. These are simple tips. Okay, so in units place you have 1. When you multiply 7 by 2, you will not get 1. You will get 4 in the units place. Okay, 7 2s are 14. But here when you multiply by 3, you will get 1 in the units place. 7 3s are 21. So 1 you will get in the units place. Okay, so with that logic I have taken multiplication by 3 directly to check. Okay, so you got 3s are 381 and the remainder is 0. Okay, so this is quotient, this is remainder. Okay, so what is the quotient? Quotient is 3 plus what is the remainder? It is 0. Clear? So when the remainder is 0, you will stop the process and whatever B value you have here, that will be the HCF. Okay, so comparing, you can say it is A equal to BQ plus R. Now R is 0, so you will not go to the next step. It is, you will stop it here. Okay, and whatever B value you have here, it is the HCF. Okay, so therefore HCF of 1651 and 2032 is how much? Is 127. Clear? So you will stop the process whenever the remainder is 0. Okay, till then you will proceed, and in the next step you will take, after equality sign, whatever you have the number, you will take it as A, and the last number you will take it as B. Okay, that means the remainder you will take it as B. But if this last number is 0, if the remainder is 0, you will stop the process and you will take this B as HCF. Clear? So these simple tips will help you to be sorted. Okay, so that you will not confuse in your examination, and definitely you will get one question from this. Okay, finding HCF of numbers. Clear? Moving on to the second question, you have to use Euclid's division algorithm to show that any positive integer is of the form 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3, 6q plus 5. Okay, so any positive integer, any positive odd integer is of the form 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3 and 6q plus 5, where q is some integer. So this is you have to prove. Okay, so now let us take, so you want odd positive integer, you want any odd positive integer. So let us take that odd positive integer as A. Okay, so let A be the odd positive integer. Okay, so from the question I am taking this. Okay, since you want odd positive integer, so you are taking that odd positive integer as A. Okay, so now you have to use Euclid's division algorithm. So you want A, you want B, Q and R. right? So a equal to b cube plus r, that is Euclid's division algorithm, right? So a, you have taken it as odd positive integer. Now what is b? B, always you will take it from the question. Okay, so from the question, see, this is what you have to prove. You have to prove that it is of the form 6 cube plus 1. Okay, this a, this odd positive integer is of the form 6 cube plus 1, 6 cube plus 3, 6 cube plus 5. Okay, comparing with this, you can see a equal to b cube plus r. Okay, it is of the form b cube plus r. Now what is b? From this comparing, you can see b is 6. Okay, comparing this, what you have to prove with Euclid's division algorithm, you can see it is of the form b cube plus r. Okay, so here b is 6. Okay, so this changes for different questions. Okay, so always you have to see what you have to prove. Okay, so from what you have to prove, you will take the b value. Clear? Now what is reminder? R value. R value is nothing but it will be less than, it will be greater than or equal to 0 and will be less than b. That is the condition, right? Since you know b value, so r will be 0 less than or equal to r less than 6. Okay, r will be less than 6. Okay, it will be between 0 and 6. Okay, so let us take r equal to 0. It can be 0, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, it is less than 6, so you will stop at 5. Clear? So these are initial steps which are same for all the problems, so be very careful. Okay, so firstly you will take this from the question. In the question they are asking you to find the odd positive integer, so I have taken a as the odd positive integer. And what is the value of b? Now you have to compare this using Euclid's division algorithm. So I am taking b as 6. Why 6? So comparing this with Euclid's division algorithm, you can see it is b cube plus r. In the place of b you have 6. So I am taking it as 6. Okay, and what is the value of r? You know that r is either equal to 0 or it is between 0 and b. Okay, here b is 6. So r can take value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You will stop at 5 because r is less than 6. Okay, so now using Euclid's division algorithm. So now using Euclid's division algorithm, let us write it in this form. Okay, so using this, so you can write a is equal to, what is b? B is 6. So 6, you don't know q plus r. Okay, b value you have it as 6. Okay, so a equal to b cube plus r. This you will take it as equation 1. Okay, now what we will do is we will take various cases of r. You see r is from 0 to 5. So you will take various cases of r. Okay, so observe carefully. So in case 1, I will take r as 0. Okay, taking r as 0 in case 1. So equation 1 will be a is equal to 6q plus r. R is what? R is 0. Okay, so a equal to 6q. Okay, now in this problem, one important concept which I have to tell you is, here in the question they asked you to find odd positive integer. Okay, for even and odd numbers, what do you do? So if you want to say whether a number is even, you will write it in multiples of 2. Okay, suppose if a number is in multiples of 2, it is an even number. Very simple, right? Suppose you have 20. 20 multiplied 2 times gives you what? 40. Is 40 even? Yes. Suppose you take 15. 15 multiplied 2 times gives you what? 30. Is 30 even? Yes. So any number, if you are multiplying by 2, the answer will be even. Okay, understood? Now if any number, if any even number, 2x is even. Now if any even number, you are adding 1 to this even number, the answer will be what? It will be odd. Understood? So suppose if I take a number 16. Now 16 is even, but 16 plus 1 will be odd. Okay, if I take another even number 24. Now 24 is even, but 24 plus 1 will be odd. Are you getting it? So using these two things, now we shall do the problem. Okay, so let me write it here. So if a number is in the form, in the multiple of 2, it is even. If 1 is added to even number, then it is odd. Clear? Now just see. Now our aim is, now we want odd number, okay? So we should not get any number in the form of 2 into something, okay? You should not get a multiple of 2. You should always get multiple of 2 plus 1, okay? So this represents odd number, okay? So that means always I will try to write this in the multiples of 2. Okay, just see, it will be clear for you. So 2 into, now this 6 I can write it as 6 is nothing but 2 multiplied 3 times. Yes, so the same thing I am writing it as 2 into 3q. So this is nothing but 6q again. Okay, so now this is 2 multiplied by this 3q. I will take it as, say, some m. Okay, so this is 2m. Nothing but I want to bring it in this form. Okay, so this 2m is what? It is even. So here a is what? A is even. Okay, since you got it in the form of 2m, 2 into something, so it is even. Clear? So now let us take the next case. So in the next case, case 2, what will you take the value of r? R is 1. Okay, you have finished 0, now you will take r 1. So equation 1 will become a is equal to 6q plus 1. Okay, since r is 1, you will substitute 1 here. Clear? So now this I can write it as, now similar thing, I'll try to change it in the multiples of 2. Okay, so this is 2 multiplied by 3q, you have plus 1. Okay, now here you can see 2 multiplied 3q is even. Okay, 2 into something is even. Now you are adding 1 to this even number, so what it is? Odd. So therefore a is odd. In this case, you got a as odd number. Okay. Now let us take the next case, case 3. What is case 3? You will take r as 2. So when r is equal to 2. Okay. When you take r as 2, what will this equation become? A is equal to 6q plus 2. Okay. Now from these two numbers, you can see you can take 2 common. So taking 2 common, you have 3q plus, now 2 you can write as 2 into 1, right? So if you take 2 common, you are left out with 1. Okay, are you getting it? So from this I am taking 2 common, so you are left out with 3q plus 1. Okay, so this 3q plus 1 you can take some integer m. Now it is again of the form of even number. 2 into something is even. Okay, so what is a? A is even in this case. Okay, so let us move on to the next case, case 4. Okay, so case 4, r equal to 3. You have finished 2, so now you will take r equal to 3. So this equation becomes a is equal to 6q plus 3. Okay, now the biggest mistake every student does is, here you will see 3 2s are 6, so you will take 3 common from these two, but no. Our aim is to find whether it is odd or even. So to find odd or even, always you will take in the multiples of 2, not in multiples of 3. Okay, so for that what I will do is, I will split this 3 as 2 plus 1. 3 I can write it as 2 plus 1. Okay, now you see from these two terms, I can take 2 common. Okay, taking 2 common, here it is nothing but 3q, and here also 2 common you are taking, so you are left out with 1, same like this. Okay, and you are left out with plus 1 here. Okay, from only these two terms I am taking 2 common. Okay, this is what you got, and you have plus 1, you wrote it here. Okay, that means this is 2 into something plus 1. 2 into something plus 1. So it is even or odd? It is a odd number. So I am taking it as m. So 2m plus 1. It is of the form 2m plus 1, which is odd. So a is odd in this case. Okay, now let us take the next case, case 5. In case 5, r equal to 4 you have. Okay, so when you take r as 4, this is a equal to 6q plus 4. In the place of r, you will substitute 4. Okay, so a is equal to now 6q plus 4. Now again, here you can take 2 common. Okay, so out of this 6q, if you take 2 common, you are left out with 3q. And 4 is nothing but 2 into 2. So if you take 1, 2 common, you are left out with another 2. So that you will write it here. Okay, so it is of the form 2 into something. Okay, this is nothing but even. Okay, 2 into something is nothing but even. It is of this form. Okay, now let us take the next case, case 6. In case 6, r is 5. This is the last case. When r is 5, what is equation 1? It is a equal to 6q plus 5. Okay, now this 5 you can see I can split it as 6q plus 5 I can write as 4 plus 1. Why? Because 5 I cannot leave it like that. I want it either of the form 2x or 2x plus 1. Okay, so whatever I am getting 5 I am writing it as 4 plus 1. Okay, similarly here also 3 I wrote it as 2 plus 1. Since I cannot take here common, okay, I cannot take common, 2 common from this, I wrote as 2 plus 1. Here also I cannot take 2 common, so I wrote as 4 plus 1 because I want it in this form. Okay, so a is equal to, now if you take 2 common from these two terms, you will get 3q plus 2, similar one, and you have plus 1 here, so writing it down. Okay, so it is of the form 2 into something, this something I am taking it as m, so 2m plus 1. Now this 2m plus 1 is nothing but it is odd, so a is odd in this case. Okay, now the question, now you have completed all the cases, r equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, all the cases are finished. Now in the question you want only odd positive integer. Okay, so here in case 1 you got even integer, so you don't want that. In case 2 you got odd integer, you want that. In case 3 it is even, you don't want. In case 4 you got odd. In case 5 you got even, you don't want this. In case 6 you got odd integer. Okay, so when r is equal to 1 you got odd integer, when r equal to 3 you got odd integer, when r equal to 5 you got odd integer. Okay, so how is the odd integer? It is of the form 6q plus 1, and here you can see it is of the form 6q plus 3, here you can see it is of the form 6q plus 5. Understood? So therefore let us write the conclusion. Therefore from the question you can write, so any positive, any odd positive integer, any odd positive integer, it can be of the form, now you have proved that it can be of the form 6q plus 1, or it can be 6q plus 3, or it can be 6q plus 5. Okay, now all others are what? All others are even, so we don't want that case. Okay, we don't want the even cases, so we are cancelling it out. Clear? So whenever a question like this is given to you, firstly you will write the condition which is given. Clear? Then you have to do this using Euclid's division algorithm. So you want the value of b also. So how will you get b? You will get b from the question. Whatever you have to prove, from that you will take the value of b. Okay, here b is 6. Now r is from 0 to less than b. Okay, so here b is 6, so r is from 0 till b is 6. Okay, so it is less than 6, so it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now what you will do is, you will write Euclid's division algorithm, and here b is 6, a equal to bq plus r, b is 6, so a equal to 6q plus r. Now in this algorithm you will substitute r equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you will try to get the required condition. Now in this case, since you want odd number, we know that if any number is of the form 2 multiplied by something, it is even. If any number is of the form even plus 1, it is odd. So using these two conditions, we try to prove whether a number is even or odd. And since we want only odd positive integers, I am taking only odd numbers. Okay, and odd number is of this form. Clear? Very simply we are able to prove, and this is really important. Okay, this model definitely it will be asked for an essay question. So moving on to the next question. Here you have, use Euclid's division algorithm to show that square of any positive integer is of the form 3p or 3p plus 1. Okay, so I am taking, let a be the positive integer. Okay, similar to the previous one. Okay, since you have to use Euclid's division algorithm, you want b value also. Now b value, I told you that you will compare with what you have to prove. You have to prove that it is of the form 3p or 3p plus 1. Yes, so comparing, just see it is of the form b q plus r. Right, so what is b? b is 3. So comparing, you got b as 3. Clear? Now what is r? The remainder. Remainder is always between 0 and b. Right? So here r is 0. It is between 0 and what is b? b is 3. So r takes values. R can be either 0. Okay, it is either equal to 0 or greater than 0. So it can be 0, it can be 1, it can be 2. You will stop at 2. Why? Because b is 3. R should be less than B. That means less than B is less than 3. Less than 3 means you will stop at 2. Simple, right? So the next thing is you will use Euclid's division algorithm. Okay, so using Euclid's division algorithm, you will write A is equal to BQ plus R. So what is B here? B is 3. So you will write A equal to 3Q plus R. Let this be equation 1. Clear? Now simple, like in the previous problem, you will take cases. Okay, in case 1 you will take R equal to 0, in case 2 you will take R equal to 1, and then R equal to 2. Clear? So let us take the first case, case 1, when R equal to 0. Okay, when R is equal to 0, equation 1 will become A equal to 3Q plus 0. R is 0, so substituting 0 here. So A equal to 3Q. Okay, but now just go back to the question and see. In the question it is given that you have to prove that the square of any positive integer. Okay, so A is the positive integer, but you want the square of any positive integer. So to prove square, you will square this on both the sides. Understood? So you have to square it on both the sides. So squaring it on both the sides, you will get A square is equal to 3Q whole square. Okay, so this 3Q whole square I can write as 3 square into Q square. Clear? So I want to bring it of the form 3P. So I can write it as 3 multiplied by 3. 3 square I can write as 3 multiplied by 3 into Q square. Now this 3Q square, this 3Q square I can take it as P. Our aim is to prove in this way. So I will take this 3Q square as P. Since P is used here, you will take it as P. Okay, why? Here you have taken let 3Q square, you have taken it as P. Okay, so taking this as P, you got it as 3P. Clear? So square of a positive integer, you got it as 3P. Clear? Now let us take the next case. Now in case 2, what will you take? R equal to 1. Okay, so when R is 1, so this equation becomes A is equal to 3Q plus in the place of R you will substitute 1. Okay, now in the question they are asking you to prove the square of a positive integer. So what should you do? Here also you have to square. Okay, again I will summarize in the end, so don't worry. So squaring on both the sides, you will get A square is equal to 3Q plus 1 whole square. Simply you have squared on both the sides. Okay, now this is of the form A plus B whole square. Okay, now what is A plus B whole square? It is A square plus B square plus 2AB. Right, so the same thing let us write here. A is 3Q. Okay, A is 3Q and B is 1. Okay, so it is 3Q whole square. A square is 3Q whole square plus B square is 1 square plus 2 into AB. Okay, 2 into AB. Here these dots represent multiplication. Okay, so don't get confused. 2 into AB. Now let me separate the powers here. So it is 3 square into Q square plus 1 square is nothing but 1 plus you have 2 into 3 into Q. Okay, multiplied by 1 gives you the same thing. Okay, now here in these two terms you can see you have 3 common. Here you have 3, here you have 3. Okay, so let me take these two terms together. So it is 3 square Q square plus 2 into 3 into Q plus 1. Okay, so from these two terms let us take 3 common. Okay, so if you take 3 common, so here 3 square is nothing but 3 into 3. If you are taking 3 common, you are left out with 1 3. So I am writing that 1 3 here. And you have Q square, write it here. You have plus, write it. Okay, here if you take 3 common, you are left out with 2Q. Okay, that's it. Now plus 1 separately you will write. Okay, now this entire thing I want to take it as P. Why P? Because in the question they are asking you to prove it as 3P plus 1. So I am using that variable. Otherwise you can use any variable. Okay, so if you take this as let 3Q square, this bracket 1, 3Q square plus 2Q, if you take it as P. Okay, so this becomes 3, this is complete thing is P plus 1. Okay, that means A square you got it as 3P plus 1. Clear? Now the last case is r equal to 2. So let us take case 3 when r equal to 2. Okay, so when r is 2, now this becomes a is equal to 3q plus 2. Okay, now you have to square. Now squaring on both the sides, what will you get? A square is equal to 3q plus 2 whole square. Okay, now this is nothing but 3q whole square plus 2 into b is 2 here in this case, plus b square is 2 square. Okay, so this is nothing but, let us separate the powers, 3 square q square plus this is 2 into 3q into 2 plus this is 4. Okay, now just see this 4 I can write it as 3 plus 1. 4 I can write it as 3 plus 1. Let us write it here. So it is 3 square into q square plus 2 into 3q into 2 plus this I can write as 3 plus 1. Okay, now from this entire thing we can take 3 as common. Yes, see in all the terms you have 3. So let us take 3 as common. So taking 3 as common, here you are left out with 3q square plus here if you take 3 common, it is 2 2s are 4q plus here if you take 3 common, 3 can be written as 3 into 1. You are taking 3 as common, so you are left out with 1. Okay, and you have plus 1 separately. Clear? So this entire thing you can take it as p. So if you take this entire brackets as p, so it is 3p and you have plus 1. Okay, so this is also a square. So you have got that square of a positive integer is either of the form 3p or 3p plus 1. Clear? So p I have taken because in the question they have represented in the form of p, so we are taking it as p. Okay, and why are we squaring this? We are squaring this because in the question they are asking us to find the square of a positive integer. In the previous question they asked us to find the if a positive integer is even or odd. So there we used a different logic. Here they are asking us to find the square of a positive integer, so we are squaring it. Clear? All other steps are same. Clear? Moving on to the next question. Use Euclid's division algorithm to show that cube of any positive integer is of the form 9m plus 1, 9m plus 8. Okay, so this is what you have to prove. Okay, so let similar steps, let a be the positive integer. Okay, so let a be any positive integer. Okay, now b value what will you take? So comparing, so you can see b is 9 here in this case. So you will take b as 9. Clear? Now r value what will you take? R is always 0 less than or equal to r is less than b. That means r value will be less than 9. Here b is what? B is 9. Okay, so our values are nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. You will stop at 8 because r is less than 9. Clear? So now the next step is using Euclid's division algorithm. Okay, so write the entire step. So using Euclid's division algorithm, a is equal to bq plus r. But what is b here? B is 9. So a is equal to 9q plus r. So let this be equation 1. Okay, so again now we will take cases. So case 1 you will take r equal to 0. Okay, so taking r equal to 0, substituting here in this equation. So a equal to 9q plus 0. A is equal to 9q. Simple. Now what is the next step? In the question they asked us to find the cube of a positive integer. Okay, they asked us to find the cube of a positive integer. So that means you should immediately cube this. Okay, so since they asked us to find the cube of a positive integer, you will cube this on the both sides. Okay, cubing on both the sides. In the previous question they asked us to find the square of a positive integer, so you squared it on both the sides. But here they are asking us to find the cube of a positive integer, so you will cube it on both the sides. Okay, so cubing a cube is equal to 9q whole cube. Okay, so this you can write it as 9 into 9 square q cube. Can you? So 9 cube. So 9 cube I have written it as 9 into 9 square. Okay, so this brackets I'll take it as m, since here the letter m is used and they are asking us to prove in terms of m. So let me take, let 9 square q cube, let this be m. Okay, in your exam also you have to write this. So taking this as m, so it will be 9m. Okay, so cube of a positive integer you have written in the form of 9m. Clear? Now let us move on to the next one. So in case 2, what will you take? You will take r as 1. Okay, so case 2, r equal to 1. Okay, so what is this equation now? It will become a equal to 9q plus 1. Simple. Now in the question they asked us to cube, so all this you will keep cubing on both the sides. Okay, so again this step you will do cubing on both the sides. So it is a cube is equal to 9q plus 1 whole cube. Okay, now you know that a plus b whole cube is what? It is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. Right, we will use the formula here. Okay, it is of the form a plus b whole cube. So it is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. Right, so let us do it here. Here a is what? 9q and this is b is 1. Okay, so it is 9q whole cube. A cube means 9q whole cube plus 3a square means 9q square, b is 1 plus 3 b square is 1 square, a is 9 cube, 3 b square a plus b cube is 1 cube. Okay, now this is nothing but, let us separate the powers. 9 cube q cube plus 3 into 9 square q square plus multiplied by 1 gives the same thing again. Okay, here 3 multiplied by 1 square is nothing but 3. So 3 multiplied by 9 cube plus 1 cube is nothing but 1. 1 into 1 into 1 is 1. Okay, now from all these terms, you can see you can take 9 as common. Right, so taking 9 as common, so out of 9 cube if you take 9 as common you are left out with 9 square. Okay, 9 you are taking common, so you are left out with 9 square q cube plus here 3 multiplied by, out of 9 square is 9 into 9. You are taking 1 9 common, so you are left out with another 9 square plus here 1 9 you are taking common, so you are left out with 3 cube and you have plus 1 separately. Okay, now like in the previous case, here also you will take this entire bracket thing as m. Okay, so if you take this entire bracket thing as m, so let this entire thing you will take it as m, so this will become m plus 1. Okay, you write that step here, let this entire thing you will take it as is equal to m, so this will become 9m plus 1. Clear? So I am not solving this 9 square 3 multiplied by 9 because this entire thing anyway you are taking it as m. Understood? That is the reason I am just keeping it in that way, okay, to save our time and energy. Clear? So anyway you are not going to use it in the problem, you are just taking it as m, so I am not solving it. Clear? So you have written a cube as 9m plus 1. Clear? So cube of any positive integer you have brought it in the form of 9m plus 1. Okay, now let us take the next case, case 3. Okay, so case 3. Now in case 3, I will take r equal to 2. Clear? So when I take r equal to 2, this equation will be a equal to 9q plus 2. Okay, now what you should do, you should cube. Okay, so if one step you know in this problem, all other steps are just repeating. Okay, the same things you will repeat, only this value changes. R equal to 1, here you will take r equal to 2. Okay, so cubing you will get a cube equal to 9q plus 2 whole cube. Clear? So this is nothing but now of this formula. Okay, so 9q whole cube plus 3 into 9q square into 2 plus 3 into 2 square into 9q plus 2 cube. Simply I have written in this form. Clear? So you also do along with me. Okay, so take your books and set max, always you have to practice. Just by looking at it you will not understand, you have to practice. Okay, so here let me separate the powers. 9 cube q cube plus 3 multiplied by 9 square q square. I am separating the powers. Into q you have, I am not calculating, I'm not solving because anyway you are going to take it common in this way. Okay, now this is 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 9 multiplied by cube. 3, 4, 9 cube. Plus 2 cube is nothing but 8. Okay, 2 cube is 2 into 2 into 2, it is 8. Okay, now from all these terms you can see you can take 9 common. Okay, other than this last term, all these terms you can take 9 common. So taking 9 common, so here you will have, out of 9 cube you are taking 9 common, so you will have 9 square cube. Plus here you will take 9 common, so you will have 3 multiplied by, out of 9 square, 9 into 9 you will take 1 9 common, so you are left out with another 9. So 1 9 q square and you have 2. Okay, you have plus, write it here, you have 3, write it as it is, don't calculate because anyway you are going to write it as m. Okay, you have this 9, you are taking it as common, so you don't write 9, you will write cube. Okay, and you have plus 8 separately. Okay, now this entire bracket thing you will take it as m. Okay, so this is 9, this entire thing is m and you have plus 8. Okay, so cube of any positive integer you brought it in the form of 9m plus 8. Okay, so you brought it in the form of 9m plus 1, 9m plus 8. Okay, now here itself we have proved this, but let us check the other cases also for the safe side. Okay, so you have completed 0, 1, 2. Now let us check this 3. Case 4, when you take r equal to 3, what happens to this equation? A equal to 9q plus 3. Okay, now as usual you have to cube on both the sides. So cubing you will have a cube equal to 9q plus 3 whole cube. Okay, again it is of this formula. Let us convert it. So it is a cube plus 3 a square. A is 9 cube here. So a square b plus 3 a b square plus b cube. B is 3 here. Okay, so this is nothing but 9 cube q cube. I am just separating the powers. Plus 3 multiplied by 9 square q square multiplied by 3 you have. Plus 3 multiplied by 9q and 3 square is 9. Plus 3 cube is what? 3 cube is 3 into 3 into 3. It is 27. Clear? So now 27 is nothing but 9 threes are. Right, 27 is nothing but 9 threes are. So I can take 9 common from all these terms. Okay, so taking 9 common, here you have 9 square q cube plus here if you take 9 common you will have 3 multiplied by 9 multiplied by q square multiplied by 3. I am just not calculating because you can just take down the entire thing. Instead of 1 9 you will reduce 1 9, that's it. All other things you will take down. Okay, you don't have to calculate because in the next step you will take it as m. Now here 1 9 if you take common you have 3 into q into 9. Plus here 27 is nothing but 9 into 3. If you take 9 common you are left out with 3. Now this entire thing in the brackets I will take it as m. Okay, so this will become 9m. Simple. Right, so cube of this number you got it as 9m. Clear? So let us take the next case. In case 5, let us take r equal to 4 now. Okay, so when you take r as 4, a equal to 9q plus 4. Okay, now cubing on both the sides, what will you get? A cube equal to 9q plus 4 whole cube. Okay, so this is again, it is nothing but the same thing is repeating, just see. So I am just writing, so it is 3a square b plus 3 a b square or b square a plus b cube. Okay, so this is nothing but if you take, separate the parts, it is 9 cube q cube plus 3 9 square q square multiplied by 4 you have plus 3 4 square is nothing but 16 multiplied by 9 cube plus, now this 4 cube is nothing but 4 into 4 into 4. Okay, 4 4s are 16, 16 4s are 64. Now 64 is a bigger number. This 64 you can just split it into two numbers. Now see, 64 you can write as 63 plus 1. Okay, so 63 is nothing but 9 7s are 63. Okay, so that means you can take 9 common from this number. So that is the reason I am splitting this as 63 plus 1. 64 I am splitting it as 63 plus 1. Okay, so now just see why am I doing it. I'll explain you again. So taking 9 common from all these terms, including 63. Why? Because 63 is 9 sevens are. Okay, so you can take 9 common from this. Okay, so here taking 9 common, you are left out with 9 square q cube plus 3 multiplied by 1 9 you will take common, so you are left out with another 9 q square, and you have 4 plus 3 multiplied by 16, 9 you are taking common, so you have q, plus here in 63 9 you are taking common, so you are left out with 7, and you have plus 1. Okay, so this is nothing but 9. This entire thing you take it as m. Okay, so this is 9m plus 1, you have plus 1. Okay, now the simple funda here is, I'll tell you. Now if you don't know how to divide this, okay, instantly you will not get how to divide this. So just see our pattern. Okay, in the first one, when you take r equal to 0, you got 9m. When you took r equal to 1, you got 9m plus 1. When you took r equal to 2, you got 9m plus 8. Now when you are taking r equal to 3, you got 9m again. Okay, you can see this is repeating. Again you got r equal, when you took r equal to 3, you got 9m. Okay, it is repeating. Okay, now when you took r equal to 4, you got 9m plus 1. Understood? Now when you take r equal to 5, what will you get? You will get 9m plus 8. Okay, similarly when you take r equal to 6, you will get 9m. Understood? So this is repeating. So you can just do it on yourself now. So I want you to practice it. Okay, so I want you to do it on yourself. Now I'll just give you the hint. So here splitting this, now I have 64, but by just seeing it I understood that now after 9m I should get 9m plus 1. So that means this 64 I have to split it something plus 1. Okay, what is this something? It will be obviously 63. Okay, now the next one I'll just give you the hint. Now I want you to try it on your own. Okay, so when I take r equal to 5, okay, when I take r equal to 5, what happens? This equation will be a equal to 9 cube plus 5. Okay, that means entire thing you can take 9 common. Here you will have 5 cube. Okay, similar to the previous one, all this one you took 9 common from all these terms. Only this last term is something which you have to think of, right? So here you have 4 cube, so you have written as 63 plus 1 because you want 9m plus 1. Understood? Here what will you get? You will get in your brain, you have to think that you have to get 9m plus 8. After 9m plus 1, the next one is 9m plus 8. So this is the pattern you have to get here. Okay, for that, now the last term will be 5 cube. Okay, so see here you have taken r equal to 3, so the last term is 3 cube. Okay, when you cube it, now when you take r equal to 4, when you cube it, the last term is 4 cube. So when you take r equal to 5, the last term will be 5 cube. Now 5 cube is nothing but 5 into 5 into 5, that means it is 125. This 125, how will you split? You have to split something plus 8. Why? Because you want 8 in the answer. Okay, so simply you subtract 125 minus 8. So how much will you get? So it is nothing but 117. So this is nothing but you will split it as 117 plus 8. Okay, now from this 117 you can take 9 common. Let us check. So if you divide this by 9, 9 ones are 9 and 2 is remaining. So 27 means 9 3s are 27. Okay, so you can take 9 common from this. Similar step. Okay, how we have done for 4 cube, the same thing I am explaining for 5 cube. Okay, so this 125 you will write it in this way, and till here you will take 9 common for all the terms like this, and at the end you will have plus 8. Clear? So for the next one, for r equal to 6, I'll write it and show. For r equal to 6, for case 7, when you take r equal to 6, the end number, this end number will be 6 cube. Okay, 6 cube is nothing but 6 into 6 into 6. Which is nothing but 216. Okay, so now you just see that now after 9m plus 8, so here you got 9m plus 8, r equal to 5, you got 9m plus 8. So here again what should you get? You should get 9m, the cycle repeats. Okay, here you will get 9m plus 1, 9m plus 8, right? So here 9m means this thing you can directly split it. So 9 divided by 9, 9 2s are 18, and here remainder is 3, so 9 4s are. Okay, that means this entire thing you can take it as common. Okay, now when you take r equal to 7, you have 7 cube, 7 into 7 into 7. So this is 49, 49 into 7 is 340 3. Okay, now here as I told you, the next pattern will be what? It will be 9m plus 1. For here, for 6 you got 9m. For 7 it will be 9m plus 1. That means this, how will you split? You will split 1 and something. Okay, so it will be obviously 342 plus 1 will give you 343. Okay, now if you divide this by 9, what will you get? 3 9s are 27. Okay, and you will left out with 7 and 8s are 72. Okay, so this you can split it as 342 plus 1. Okay, so till here the entire things you will take it as common. Are you getting it? I am not doing the entire problem. I am just explaining you how to split this last term. All other things are very similar. Okay, so I want you to do this. Okay, so this entire thing you will take 9 into something common. Okay, so this entire thing you will write as 9m plus 1. Okay, similarly when you take r equal to 8 also, you will split it in such a way that you will get something plus 8. Okay, so the same thing, how I explain you here, the same thing you will do it here. Okay, so by this you will conclude that the positive integer, okay, cube of any positive integer, here you are cubing because in the question they asked us to cube of any positive integer will be of the form 9m, 9m plus 1, 9m plus 8. Okay, you can stop the problem here. Otherwise also I want you to continue the problem. Okay, I want you to do all the cases because it will just be a practice for you. Okay, so it is very simple, it is lengthy but simple. Okay, so initially firstly you will take let a equal to any positive integer. Okay, and b value you will take from this. And r value, you know, it should be less than b. That means you will stop from 0 to 8. At 8 you will stop. Now you will take various cases. Okay, and in case 1, case 2, case 3, what you will do? You will cube. Why are you cubing? Because in the question they asked us to check for the cube of any positive integer. So you will cube. Now in the previous question they asked us to check for square of any positive integer. So what did you do? You were squaring the number. Clear? So depending on the question you will just change it, and all of the steps are just repetition in this problem. Okay, you can see again you will cube, again you will cube, you will just, the last number changes, that's it. Okay, so this is what I explained, only the last number changes, and splitting the number is also very easy. Now I gave you the tip how to split the number, right? So do it yourself, practice it once, it will be very simple. Now moving on to the last question of this exercise. Show that 1 and only 1 out of n plus 2, n plus 4. Okay, so 1 and only 1 out of n plus 2, n plus 4 is divisible by 3, where n is any positive integer. Okay, so out of n plus 2, n plus 4, any one should be divisible at a time. Okay, so I'll explain you. So here let us take n as any positive integer. Why? Because in terms of n we got the question. So let us take n as the positive integer. Okay, so in previous problem we have taken a. So I told you already you can take any variable. Okay, so I'll take n. Okay, since in the question it is given in terms of n. Okay, now using Euclid's division algorithm, can you say what is b? Now you want to prove that the number is divisible by 3. Okay, so in this case now just we have done this. Okay, so 15 divided by 5. So 5 3s are 15 and the remainder is 0. When the remainder is 0, you will say that 15 is divisible by 5. Okay, that means the divisor should be 5. Okay, so when you say that some number is divisible by 5, the divisor is what? The divisor is 5. Okay, similarly, if you take 27 divided by 3, if you say 27 is divisible by 3, yes, it is divisible by 3. Why? Because if you see 27, if you divide by 3, 3 9s are 27. Okay, and the remainder is what? Remainder is 0. So whenever the remainder is 0, you can say that this number is divisible by 3. Okay, that means in place of b, what did we take? We took 3. Okay, so if you want to prove any number is divisible by 3, that means the divisor should be 3. Did you get this point? Okay, so when you say any number is divisible by 3, that means the divisor should be 3 and remainder should be 0. Simple. Now using Euclid's division algorithm, when b is equal to 3, what are the values of r? R can be 0 less than or equal to r less than b. Okay, it is 0 less than or equal to r. What is b? B is 3. That means r can take 3 values. What are they? 0, 1 and 2. Okay, you will stop at 2 because r is less than 3. Clear? So now let us take the case 1. Okay, similar to the previous problem we are doing, you are taking case 1. There is a little twist in this. Okay, in all the cases you will check for each of these things. Okay, when r equal to 0 you will check for n plus 2, n plus 4. In r equal to 1 you will check for n plus 2, n plus 4. Clear? When r equal to 2 also you will check n plus 2, n plus 4. Yes, so firstly let us take r equal to 0. So when r equal to 0, what happens to Euclid's division lemma? It will be, here you have taken n. It will be n is equal to, b is what? B is 3. So 3q plus r. R is what? R is 0. So it will be 3q plus 0. Okay, so n equal to 3q you got when you took r equal to 0. Okay, now n equal to 3q and the remainder is 0. That means this number is divisible by 3, right? So when the remainder is 0, the number is divisible by 3, right? So this number is divisible by 3. Now let us check for the next condition, n plus 2. Okay, so when r equal to 0 itself you have checked for n. Now let us check for n plus 2. Now what happens now when you add 2 on both the sides of this? Okay, now you want n plus 2. So what I am doing for the same thing, I am adding 2 on both the sides. Okay, so adding 2 here on LHS, so it becomes n plus 2, and here on RHS it becomes 3q plus 2. Okay, simply adding 2 on both the sides. You have to write it here, adding 2 on both the sides. Here you have n plus 2 and 3q plus 2. Now why am I adding 2? Because I want to check this condition. Clear? So now the remainder is 2. Now here in this case you can see some number is equal to 3q plus 2. Okay, comparing here you can see the remainder is what? Remainder is 2. Okay, that means when you have remainder other than 0, when the remainder is 0, only then you can say that the number is divisible by 3. When the remainder is 2, you can say that this number is not divisible by 3. Clear? Now let us check the next case. Next case you have n plus 4. That means I want to add 4 to this. Okay, so let us add 4 on both the sides. So n plus 4. Okay, so for this equation itself, I am adding 4. So when you add 4 here in LHS, you will add 4 here also. So it will be 3q plus 4. Okay, so this I can write it as 3q plus 4. I can write it as 3 plus 1. Okay, so now taking 3 common. So here you can see this is q plus 1. Okay, and you have plus 1 here. Okay, so this is 3 into something. So this something, let us take it as m, and you have plus 1. Okay, that means here the remainder is 1 again. Okay, when the remainder is 1, this is also not divisible by 3. Okay, so when you took r equal to 0, you got only one case which is divisible by 3. Only this case, n equal to 3q only is divisible by 3. Okay, so when n, only this n is divisible by 3. n plus 2 and n plus 4 are failing. Clear? Now let us check for the next conditions also. When in case 2, r equal to 1. When you take r equal to 1, now let us check what happens to the Euclid's division lemma. It will be n equal to, since you have taken n as a positive integer, n equal to what is b? B is 3, q plus r. R is what? R is 1. Okay, simple. Now see, you got n as 3q plus 1. Okay, n you got it as 3q plus 1. But the remainder is 1, which means this is not divisible by 3. Okay, now let us check for n plus 2. That means let us add 2 on both the sides. Okay, if you add 2 on both the sides, it will be n plus 2 is equal to 3q plus 1. This is RHS. You have 3q plus 1 and you are adding 2 to this. Okay, so n plus 2 is equal to 3q. 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, now just take 3 common from this. You are left out with q plus 1. Okay, from these two terms, taking 3 common, you are left out with q plus 1. So this q plus 1, let me write it as some integer m. Okay, so what is the remainder here? This is nothing but 3m plus 0. Okay, there is nothing here, which means it is 0. That means the remainder is 0. Okay, which means that this is divisible by 3. Okay, when the remainder is 0, this is divisible by 3. Clear? So when did you got this? When n plus 2. When you took n plus 2, you got this, that this number is divisible by 3. Okay, now let us take the next condition. When for n plus 4, okay, that means let us add 4 to this, okay. So for this equation, you are adding 4 on both the sides, okay. So let me write here, add 4 on both the sides, okay. So n plus 4 is equal to RHS is 3q plus 1 plus 4, okay. So this is nothing but 3q plus 5, okay. Now this 5 I can write it as 3q plus 3 plus 2. Why? Because I want to take 3 common, okay. So this is 3, if you take common it is q plus 1, clear, and you have plus 2, okay. This is now the same step, so this I can write it as 3 into this brackets I can write it as m, okay, and you have plus 2. That means the remainder is what? Remainder is 2, which means this cannot be divisible by 3. Remainder should be 0 whenever a number is divisible by it, the remainder should be 0. Here the remainder is 2, so you cannot say that n plus 4 is divisible by 3, okay. So in this case, when you took r equal to 1, n was not divisible because the remainder is 1, n plus 2 was divisible because the remainder is 0, n plus 4 is not divisible because the remainder is 2. Now in this case, when you took r equal to 0, the first case n was divisible, okay, so this was divisible, and n plus 2 was not divisible, n plus 4 was also not divisible. Now let us take the next case, case 3. What will you take? You will take r equal to 2, the last case, okay. So when you took r equal to 2, so what will be n? N is equal to b q plus r is 2, okay. So the value of n is 3q plus 2, that means the remainder is what? Remainder is 2, which means this number is not divisible by 3. Okay, I want you to write the steps. I am just giving you the logic. Okay, so you write the steps. Now, when you take n plus 2, that means let us add 2 on both the sides of this. Okay, that means n plus 2 equal to, here in RHS you have 3q plus 2 and you are adding 2 to this. Okay, so this is nothing but 3q plus 2 is 4. Now 3q plus 4 I can write as 3 plus 1, 4 I can write as 3 plus 1 because I want to take 3 common. Okay, so this is nothing but, if you take 3 common it is q plus 1 and you have plus 1. So this you can write it as 3 into this, you can take it as m plus 1. Now the remainder is 1. Okay, so remainder is 1, which means this is also not divisible by 3. Okay, now let us check for n plus 4. So that means here we shall add 4 on both the sides. So adding 4 on both the sides, what will you get here? It is n plus 4 is equal to, here RHS is 3q plus 2 and you are adding 4. Okay, so this is nothing but 3q, 2 plus 4 is 6. Now taking 3 common from this, what will you get? You will get q plus 2. Okay, this q plus 2, if I take it as m, now what is the remainder here? There is nothing, that means remainder is 0, which means when this n plus 4 is divisible by 3. Understood? So now just looking back here, when r equal to 0, out of n plus 2 and n plus 4, you got only one number, n divisible by 3. Now when r equal to 1, out of n plus 2 and n plus 4, again you got only one number divisible by 3. Now when r equal to 2 also, out of n plus 2 and n plus 4, you got only one number divisible by 3. Okay, so the question is satisfied here. In the question they asked you, you have to show that out of n plus 2, n plus 4, so only one and only one number. You have to show that one and only one number is divisible by 3 at a time. Okay, so at a time when you are taking r equal to 0, only one is divisible. When you are taking r equal to 1, only one is divisible. When you are taking r equal to 2, only n plus 4 is divisible. Understood now? So you have proved that out of these 3 numbers, only one and only one will be divisible at a time. Okay, divisible by 3 at a time. Clear? So this is little different from the previous ones and I want you to practice this one so that will be clear for you. This brings us to the end of this session and I am sure you would have understood all the problems and I suggest you to practice the problems once. Okay, just seeing the problems you might feel that it is easy or you might feel it is little complicated, but trust me, all these problems are really easy. Okay, the same method is just repeating. So all you have to do is just look at the video, see the problem, see the solution, listen to the explanation, and then practice it once. Then it will be very easy for you, and these are definite questions for your board exams. Okay, so and if you like this video, then give it a big thumbs up, okay, right now, and also share this channel to all your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel because subscription is free of cost. Thanks for watching.